Tiny.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Anti-mage.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I think Tiny is one of those heroes has quite a lot of item builds. Some people
Or
like
TP.
so the new meta, smoke TP, everyone does it. You're gonna see 5 TPs soon, 6 TPs.
Up on the high ground,
Ninja
XY is there
Boogie.
as well. He didn't play so.
He might have realized XY plays one. TA is sitting on one of the wards. I think they might have tried to do some sneaky plays here. Adam stood near the cliff and gave the ward to Mushi, who was still smoked, so they were hoping to beta sentry there.
Like they did. For the time being.
Anti-mage heading top. This is... They're rotating lanes.
Seen a lot of that mind games
30
between these
seconds
two.
to bet.
Yeah.
They see each other so often. It's
They seem to know each other quite well. I mean, I don't think going some kind of anti-mage aggro lane is too bad. The hero is underrated for sure in that aspect. He's like surprisingly strong, like doesn't die, can farm, has amazing base damage and attack speed, so he like usually gets most of it.
The battle
Tiny is probably
begins.
gonna struggle against an anti-mage lane, honestly.
probably one of the worst anti-mage cosmetic sets. Is this totally base? Oh no, he's got different shoulders. Someone get this man. Someone gift this man an anti-mage set, please.
This man is doing what everyone should be doing. Just use basic for
Are
everything.
you against
Or,
cosmetics?
I either use the I use the ugliest set I have every time. That's like what I do. If like there's a Mirana here that's god awful ugly, I always use that one. Stuff like that.
Yeah, so top lane they will aggro with Raging Potato. He does have the poor man's shield. Got Warlock behind him and potentially at some point the Earth Spirit.
feel like
At least
this is something
posturing
OG
up.
would do. Anti-mage warlock aggro dual lane. This is like OG style, I feel like.
See how they get on.
Exactly. I wonder how the other lanes are gonna go. That's like, I don't think anyone's gonna die top, honestly. I feel like everyone's gonna stand here watching each other farm.
Yeah, I don't think we
Maybe
see
supports could go
Omni
down.
Knight Nyx very often, but you know, generally speaking, if the anti-mage warlock do decently 3-4-3, he can definitely find a kill mid lane.
Yeah.
Tide get one of their wards, D ward here. Avalanche thrown top lane.
Bottom lane, I think Omni Knight is favorable, but I'm not too certain. Mid lane is
XY.
equal.
Gonna get rolled on, blink forward. Oh, nice cask though. Gonna keep Raging Potato back, and they're unable. Again, that slow duration allowing XY to kind of waltz away. It looks like he died otherwise, but he's gonna be able to clarity up. Get back to blasting away.
Radiant's bottom tower
Bushi, meanwhile, mid lane, pretty much dead even right now with Jabs. Jab faring very well for himself on the fire.
Yeah, I think Naga usually tends to do quite well in mid. Like I think generally, if you're left alone, you're more or less always at the same lost hits as the opponent, no matter what you're up against. Almost one of the benefits of the hero. But I think Wish is gonna. Yeah, I'm not sure how much the illusion thing is. It's 8 gold. I guess it's a little bit extra, but not a big deal.
Fairly static laning stage so far, and as you mentioned in the draft, a lot of it is going to be back of 3-4-3's movements, Adam's movements on the Earth Spirit. See what he can find. Thus far, just been securing the top lane where Raging Potato certainly farming well, but you're never going to gain all that much in terms of levels on the aggressive farmer. So it's at level 3.
Yeah, I wonder how people are gonna itemize in this game, because this is an Naga versus Anti-Mage game. So I think like people going early Midas might be worth it. Like TA rushing Midas, like stuff like this is what can win games in this kind of weird matchups. So I'm very interested to see what people are gonna itemize in.
Everyone just builds Aghanims, right?
Denied.
I mean, you can just go Midas on Anti-Mage or someone and then like charge the people.
All right, 3-4-3 back towards this top lane. Hasn't really budged much from here. Feel like they can get
Maybe
a kill.
That like he over-rotated last game, so he's like static this game.
Avalanche flies out. May leave them
He's using-
vulnerable now.
He's using Avalanche a lot to lost it, I see. That speaks of how rough this lane is for him.
Does have the shocker magic, but jump forward, ice, ice, ice. And this is the problem with going on the Warlock. Has
Upheaval.
2 heroes isolated.
This was not what I was expecting. It's like there's a level in upheaval. I guess it works.
Yeah,
Because
fatal bonds.
you want to chase people down in this lane. Like your 2 cores, like the 2 people in your lane wants to just right click them for 10 years. So get upheaval for that.
Flare up for ice, ice, ice. And Radiant pulling ahead CS-wise across the board. As you mentioned, Black having a rough time last hitting in this lane. Tiny, zero base armor on the hero, so very difficult for him to trade right clicks, and does have the shocker magic behind him, so he can kind of spam the avalanche more. Definitely suffering in this department. 17 at the point, 23 opposite him. KYXY chasing down Ice 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 bot lane. Gets stunned by the Orb of Venom on Carapace.
Beautiful mechanic. Mineski are doing quite cool. Like they're winning all 3 lanes, and but it's not like by a big margin, you know. Like everyone is pretty close to each other. Like
Right.
so the lanes are relatively even. I do think Adam wants to make some form of rotation eventually to get an edge in another lane. Because, like I said, I don't think top lane anyone will go down. You're like they're rolling in on these supports and they're getting like the initiation off, but they are not able to kill them off because they don't really have that much kill potential. And that's the TP out, so he might be looking to try and kill this next. There's no mana. Omni has quite a lot of mana. Orb of Venom, 2 levels in Degenora. This is definitely a potential kill.
No repel though. Are gonna have to be able to dodge the Carapace. The roll forward, it does not connect. Carapace
It's
is
a
there.
bit
He has
too
the
deep
rolling
now.
boulder, or the boulder smash. Doesn't end up popping it. Costly miss there from 3. A little bit retreat back, and it gives some space in the assassin gonna feel
Middle tower is under attack.
more pressure. Jabs kicked away from the rune.
On top. DD for Mushi. Do they have ancient stacks?
Tower is under attack.
Top lane, anti-mage catches a blast as well as the combo from the tiny, but 1 level in the spell shield is enough to keep him alive in Shadow Word, as well as a Mushi. Yeah, gets that DD bottled up, has some space in the lane. Jabs. Perhaps gonna throw it here. Neither hero really putting much damage into the opposite tower. Everyone just kind of farming up in the game. Do you feel like that benefits anyone? I mean, the tiny feels a bit behind. He feels like the biggest discrepancy in this early game is. Feel like that benefits either side? How stagnant this early game's been?
I don't think I can like really have an answer for that, because I feel like no matter the early game, this game is gonna go very late most likely. So I think like the early stages, it's gonna be hard to say who benefits from what, and it's very hard to say. Like I don't think either team has like an advantage in late game. Like both teams have great late game, so it's very hard to say like a team
Dyer's
gets
middle
like.
tower is under attack.
I think Mineski are stronger at snowballing, so they could benefit more in that regard because they have road potential, and then they can take towers and lock the map down a bit more than what I think Faceless have. They had slower timing, so to say.
I would agree with Mushi's start that he's probably the scariest hero going into the game. He has the DD. Throw in some right clicks into this tower mid lane. Auto rotation coming over. It's going to be soaked up by a refraction charge. Got about 50% of the HP down. Tower. Meanwhile, they know the Coddle is mid, but 343 has rotated over as well rather than trying to get something done top lane. D-Ward for Ninja Boogie, now XY. Perhaps in a bit of a precarious position. Is deep behind the tower though, and 343 level 2 still hasn't even hit level 3. Difficult for him to be rolling underneath the tower.
It's pretty hard. Level 1 the boulder smash is pretty bad. It's basically not even a stun, so it's very hard to make plays with that spell. When it's on level 1, you kind of need it to be level 3, I'd say, before you can like reliable kill people, unless they're very low already. He is going deep though. What is XY doing? Was that an Invis Mushi?
It's a little.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Invis.
I wasn't watching Mushi actually.
A little greedy, far forward in lane. As Jabs does retreat to the jungle to give him his Coddle some space. Get punished for it. Mushi grabs himself a kill, and as you would expect at this point here, nearing 9 minutes in, high up atop the net worth chart is that Templar.
It's pretty funny watching top lane. They're like harassing this anti-mage and Warlock just healing. Then like repeat for 8-9 minutes now, and they're just farming. So I mean, I don't. Tiny's doing great, or not great, but he's doing good. Like he's not having an issue at all. He's farming very well. I don't think they're unhappy with the laning at all. We're gonna see a Midas on Omni Knight soon. Nyx is queuing up on Midas. I don't think anyone else should be queuing anything up yet, at least. But it could be. I actually think TA could. I don't think Midas on TA would be bad this game.
Mushi's stashing up 1100 gold, but I mean, likely the Desolator could though be a Midas.
Yeah, I think the Deso into early Roche and stuff like that is probably better.
They do have some pretty scary 5-man with the Omni Knight and the Warlock if they're able. Coddle though always gonna tough to push into.
Yeah. I wonder like, because now when they went on aggro trialing with anti-mage, so like both carries are underleveled, but that probably affects Tiny more, because Tiny wants to hit those nice timings with like level 10, 11, 12 with the high level damage, nuke, and then the blink and the grow. While anti-mage doesn't really care about those timings as much, so that's like an interesting aspect about doing this kind of stuff. Not sure if it's gonna matter that much though. I feel like the game is gonna go late either way.
Yeah, I definitely. It's perhaps untapped potential for the Tiny, whereas the anti-mage, he just needs golden items for now. It's nice to have level 4 blink to traverse the jungle quicker, but his level certainly agrees on as important, at least. And Tiny hasn't even picked up level 6 yet. Just will now here, 10 minutes into Game jumping forward. Cask not going to do much for Nuts here. He's going to look to TP
Oh.
out. Mana Void is there, though. Be an easy kill for Raging Potato, and he will end up getting it. Doesn't even need to expend the blink.
Under attack.
And because it's a solo kill, gets himself a good amount of experience.
Yeah, that's some good experience right there. I feel like he would have survived if he kept running. Like, it's kind of hard for Antimage to chase, because he doesn't have more venom, so like, if you just run, Antimage not going to be able to hit a lot. Well, it was a bit weird of a TP. I feel like he has mana void, so he's gonna cancel it. He's gonna cancel your TP, for sure. Probably wanted to do some sick ukes, but... I mean, it's not too unexpected, Antimage getting a kill of some random support running around. Kinda solo is a bit weird, but...
Ushi going a bit old school. He opts for the blink for the Desolator. Often we see the Desolator to kind of accelerate the farm into the blink, accelerate a Roche, but goes for the more kind of aggressive build. So I guess they're going to pressure this Naga Siren. Black top lane, a little bit of an upheaval. Bring upheaval there, but Potato unable to.
Radiant's top tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
I think Antimage is getting scary. He's getting a very good farm, and when he hits the Battle Fury, he's gonna start like rising in levels and farm very quickly compared to Tiny, who has to get these kills to be even remotely close to keeping up than Antimage at that point. So it's kind of scary that Antimage is doing this great for Faceless, and they're rotating in a lot of people right now. But Raging Potato does have that feeling of something might be weird, and they scan actually on Ice's Ice. That's really good. A good play.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They got the bottom tower. Now they're getting
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That's very good as well. 2 towers so far, and they're getting a lot of map control. The Midas is up on Omni-Knight. Oh, Antimage.
Revealed the blink on Mushi, was unable to net a kill. X does find a kill on Raging Potato.
Kind of wandering around.
Able to
after
get him with
dodging.
the
Dire's
Death
bottom
ward.
tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Yeah. Oh, did he? He must have used the tome for that level 6. I feel like. Yeah, probably. But that's pretty good timing then. Using the tome and getting a kill. I think he used it at least. I don't think Coddle used it.
Ninja Boogie, token some solo XP top lane, just eclipses that all-important level 6 milestone. While mid lane, Sentry, they look to find the next unable to go though. Looks like it's going to be Midas for the next assassin.
Oh, they know Ice's Ice is here.
They find the silence first. Meld Strike is
Oh,
there.
Adam.
Get the stun off. Cask is there for the moment. Should be one more right click, but he's out of the range of any
Dire's
detection.
middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, Adam does not seem comfortable on this hero. The second game he's doing some pretty basic mistakes.
Top tower.
And he's dead. Mushi, oh damn, that damage.
Radiant's bottom
Anti-mage inbound as well. Has the blink forward. Finds it onto Nuts. Nuts has no mana. Would have been a big
No
mana void
shrine.
if he pops it.
There we go. Oh, sleep. The shrine is up in
There.
15. Ah, they need to get out.
Radiant's bottom tower
Yo,
is under
from
attack.
Naga Siren, and unable to press forward as Raging Potato will just retreat back and farm. Had he gotten off the mana void on Nuts, could have potentially gotten him one if not 2 kills with the timing as low as it was. But a nice sleep save coming out from the Naga Siren. Was only level 1 though, so near that 3-minute cooldown.
That's pretty painful. I think you can time a Roche here with the Naga sleep down. Mushi is about 700 away from Deso. He will get it about the same time Radiance is up, but without a sleep. I think he'll get it before Radiance is up, but without a sleep, they can't really contest Roche, and that could be a big timing for Mineski.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Tower picked up top lane for Mineski, no one to pick up the last hit, but 6 kills, 15 minutes across both teams, as you would expect from a Naga Siren anti-mage game. AYXY gonna look to just defend up bottom lane by his lonesome. Just his presence will stymie any further aggression towards the tower. Top lane, 4-3, standing behind his core and Raging Potato. Find a kill, but perhaps on Ice. It's under the tower. They'll throw down the sentry, roll forward. They don't get the silence off in time though. Be able to Carapace and Vendetta himself.
Adam is probably feeling very uncomfortable playing now. Like, I think he's like probably comfortable on the hero normally, but now he's like doing this basic mistake, and it makes him play
Snowballs.
even worse. Because these are some earlier the previous game we played. I think he did some mistakes, but this game it's getting worse. So I'm pretty worried that it's gonna be. He kind of needs to shape up for this game to be possible for Mineski.
As you mentioned, they're gonna take advantage of the fact that the Song of the Siren is gonna be still down for the next minute. Mushi gonna run into the pit.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
4-3, just hanging around nearby. Got himself up some experience potentially as well. It's level 7, which is, you know, on par with the reports in the game. I feel like certainly it's had the biggest impact thus far. Though they do scout this out with the Naga Siren illusion, but now that KYXY is nearby, should be a relatively easy Rosh, and they may even be able to defend up top lane or bottom lane today. But they do TP out the Warlock towards. Looks like they'll concede the tier 1 in exchange for Rosh.
Yeah, these are the timings you want to hit with TA. You get Blink Test or you get Roche right before the Radiance. Gonna make it a lot easier. Faceless getting the tower bottom is pretty damn good. At least getting something out of it. How many Midas is running? It's only 2 so far, right?
Yeah, 1 on each team.
I'm
Jabs
expecting
does
one
have
more.
a very good timing on the Radiance though. Naga Siren.
Yeah, 16 minutes.
Already accelerating hit. Could be a little bit scary. He does have that Aegis and the Desolator completed up now though, so look for them at the very least to look for these tier 1 or 2 of these
Adam,
tier 2s.
goodbye.
Find him with the Nyx Assassin, but the turnaround could be real. They get the fatal bonds off.
He got the stun off
Illuminate
before he
comes
died.
through. And Mushi with all his damage, easy double kill, going his way deep behind enemy lines. Certainly got to create space with your Naga Siren, but
they
Man
had
of
a
Void
ward.
finds the 3rd kill. They have a ward there? How did they?
Yeah, they have.
Oh yeah, they did.
It's down there.
Time.
I'm gonna assume that was Adam's ward. So you know, there he placed that ward. They got a 3rd kill. He also got the stun off right before like there was attack animations in the air more or less. He got the stun off after the golem, and that I don't think they would have gotten both if he didn't manage that. So that's very good. Already redeeming himself after criticizing him just a few seconds ago. So game looking pretty good for Mineski. They're doing incredibly well. Omni Knight is almost the same farm as Naga, which is very nice.
Jabs forced to pop the song. Not nearly as big a commitment at the point in the game since it's level 2.
Had an arcane rune as well.
Yeah, it does pick
So
up.
almost a level 3.
Picks up the Arcane Rune is going to help accelerate the farm as well as painful. But either way, Mushi still balling at this point.
I was like, Anti-Mage has a Belfier, nice, and then like watch, and he has a Yasha as well. He's doing incredibly good. This could be
Keeping
his
up in
death.
farm with the Naga Siren currently
Yeah.
after picking.
This is looking very good for Mineski. However, but like it kind of looked good last game, and it kind of just ended, kind of weirdly. But it's better than last game for sure. And I still want more Midases. Where are the Midases? Why is it only 2 Midases? There should be 3 Midases. This Earth Spirit should have a Midas soon.
Yeah, he's died a couple of times. It looks like he's going to back off for the Blink Dagger at this point. He did have it queued up in the quick buy at one point. Gonna look to fight earlier. Mineski feeling like they have an advantage, which certainly they do.
Radiant's middle tower
Trying to press it here. 7,500 gold, 10,000 experience.
Black is queuing up for Veil. It makes sense to an extent. I mean, the hero is magic-based damage for a long time, so it's not insane. And I think his talent tree is very nice for intelligence build. Nyx.
Oh, they get the
I don't think he has
cask
mana
off.
for blink.
No, he doesn't. He has to tread swap, and he still didn't have enough.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And
Held
the dust
up.
is ending.
Assassin makes it.
That's
Kinda.
pretty clutch.
Low TP there, perhaps. Find that.
Oh,
Back
yeah,
in
with
Mushi.
an invis
He's being
on Mushi.
Radiance burned.
Oh, he can blink out in 1 second. He can still blink out. No, he can't. Maybe he kind of wants
Does
to die, I
dodge the
think.
impale,
Oh,
but gets
that-
tossed up. There, and now Jabs. After
First
the
Spirit?
rock is dropped, he'll just stop this.
Naga gotta be careful because Earthspirit can stun from outside the sleep range. And Adam wasn't there in time, unfortunately this time, but you can't rely on that. So doing plays like that is super risky. You might straight up lose a game almost because of trying to do plays like that.
Roll forward. Let's get the kickoff. Mushi just 2 right clicks.
Good plays.
You do get the stun off onto Mushi. There's no more Aegis at this
Black
point.
has no stun.
And Black will toss him up and finish him off. Definitely the more worthy kill for Faceless's side. Still, though, they're pressuring this tower. Adam rolling up to the high ground and does not get hit by the avalanche. Does he have the toss in time? He does. Cancels the TP. 4-3 with a kick away. Black has a blink in 4. Trying to go for the neutral deny, and he will get it.
Oh, like there's no way, and then the Ice shows up, so the blast happens.
Hadouken able to finish him off, so Black not able to find the kill, but they do get an exchange of Mushi for their XY Coddle, so fairly.
Yeah, it was looking very good,
Happy
and then
with
like this Warlock Golem used on nothing, trying to bait Mushi, but not coordinated correctly, and then they end up diving too far. I think the play looked good, but then backfired hard, and now suddenly this Tiny is very farmed. There's 3k gold on him, and is closing in on the course of Mineski.
Still thinking about perhaps going for this Veil with that nice influx of gold. Looks another direction, perhaps.
Oh. Another time where he doesn't silence before, and Ice just TPs out.
Playing against a Nyx, perhaps a little bit spirit, rather than going for the toss rip, but this Ice will be able to make it out. Well, Black farming does end up completing up the Veil. We'll ship
pretty
that out.
interesting. So I wonder what he's gonna. So I'm assuming he's not gonna go into right click at all. Then, if you're probably sticking to medic damage. So you're gonna go like Shivas
Blade.
maybe, and maybe E-Blade Dagon later on, stuff like that. It's what I'm assuming, because it seems a bit odd to go into Link Veil and then right click.
Jump forward, 2-man impale. Black's gonna be there
That's
as
a
well.
good
Gets the
follow-up.
Veil off. Mushi is dead. Rock comes out, but it's a bit late. They get the net off, but the Manta's already there for the Anti-Mage. He's so farmed. Death Ward will finish off Ninja Boogie. They do catch 2 more on the back lines. It's Anti-Mage. Black has his full combo available here. Will he get it off in time? He does. And Anti-Mage is going to drop. Ice finds out KYXY. And again, Mineski with a good foothold in the game. And somehow, dragging it back is Faceless. And they take a massively decisive team fight win in the mid.
Yeah, they don't seem on the same page compared to like Mineski. They had a lot of plays where they seem really coordinated, and then they do this as well, like where they're like completely seems very confused what each other are doing. And the second game in a row where I feel like they have the potential. They are so close to almost destroying Faceless. Like they're winning in every kind of way, and then as this happens and they get wiped.
They were near a 10k net worth lead and over a 10k experience lead at one point, but they're dragged back now almost towards parity. 343 will deny up last tier 1 top lane. So still during that time of the Aegis where they dive high ground and kill
E-Blade.
Mushi.
Tiny.
Yeah, it is going to be E-Blade.
Yeah.
It's really good against AMTA for sure. That's
I think it's very interesting, and I think it's fine. I feel like this kind of stuff is pretty good generally. Like you have one core who's like Naga, who's like that does Naga stuff, and then your other core is like doing a bit of random stuff that counters. Adam, very underfarmed, can't really initiate without a blink either on people. So like Tiny is you can't really initiate on Tiny.
Yeah.
Need to blink for that. And well though still, so that's basically what they're relying on. Shield farming decently as well, and they have a Midas running on Omni-Knight who is doing incredibly well as well.
Yeah, the distribution of farm for the Radiant, very nice. But I mean, Ice. Black's recovered well. Ice doing well. XY almost at his full ags here. Only 100 gold away. So.
Oh, Nuts also going.
Sorry, XY I should say.
They're gonna get 2 eggs on their supports relatively soon. Pretty damn good. Seems like a very good axe game for Nuts as well.
Mm-hmm.
The Guardian Angel.
Told you, everyone just build eggs, man. How you
But
end
2
up.
eggs. It's only 2 eggs so far. I mean, Tiny's not going an axe, so. He's going out of the
E-Blade.
ring now, actually. Yeah. I think it's better. I think I like this more actually than the E-Blade. I think you can go into an E-Blade later. You don't need it early.
Ice. Stalking. Has a sentry down in mid lane, so feeling fairly comfortable.
Rosh up in about a minute, I think, if I can read that correctly. That's basically what Mineski needs. They're not able to win fights without it.
And it feels like Faceless are well aware of that. Their TA, their reliance on getting that Rosh, and they're gonna hover around the pit right at this exact moment.
Got the Basher going BKB next. He's very strong. Mushi and Anti-Mage are super strong up now. I feel like the Golem needs to be on point though. It's been 1 good Golem and 2 mediocre ones, I think.
Radiant's
1 mediocre one and 1 bad one, rather, maybe.
And they're just having a little difficulty dealing with the lanes. Even with a Naga Siren.
Black
Got
split
the-
pushing.
TA and Raging Potato on the with the Battle Fury on the Anti-Mage.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Black top lane, pushing down this tier 2. Mushi gonna try and take him out alone. He'll just go Scepter and TP away though. Now no Mushi in the mid lane. Do they look to initiate? Ice blinking forward. Can't really find anyone.
I think
TP
Warlock
out.
is gonna get sacked here.
Freeze, KYXY able to make it out. Cask flies across the map to
Oh,
find
he's
him.
committing it.
Cask does find KYXY
Oh,
across
good
the
follow-up,
map on
Adam.
the Omni Knight. Big magnetized. Jabs is going to be forced to pop the sleep. They want to re-engage here. They don't have their Tiny just yet. But backing out. The mechanism from KYXY going to keep Ninja Boogie
Oh.
alive.
Raging Potato. Damn. Where did Coddle die? Coddle died to the... What was it called? Fatal Bonds?
Maledict, I think,
Was it?
it was the Warlock, I think that.
Yeah, then it's Fatal Bonds.
Yep.
Not sure why they're not rushing though.
Sure how he could die to Maledict when.
Yeah, I didn't know it was gonna be nice and not point it out.
So this will give them the opening to go into Roche. So
Yeah.
very headsy decision there from Ninja Boogie. I mean, you know, we both
Yeah,
just
that
kind of
was so-
considered him written off, but
I'm like, I'm not dying here. I'm committing my golem. I'm not giving up. It worked out. It's the second Roche down, and Anti-Mage is getting very close to BKB. Mushi went MKB, which is pretty unusual nowadays. I think you generally just go Bloodborne, but Naga has Radiance and might go into stuff later, so kind of fine.
yeah, it felt like that kind of small power peak we saw out of Black a moment ago has faded pretty quickly. Still though, I mean, Jabs is farming at a fairly alarming rate, but as you mentioned, it's almost as if Mineski have 2 heroes doing that in both Mushi and Raging Potato, and
Yeah.
Raging Potato has the kills to match as well. Even KYXY, you know, Pipe, Mech, that might is certainly paying
Oh,
off
they're setting up
him.
behind Mushi, but
Mushi has
KYXY is behind.
no refraction up. Oh, but he did pop it before the Tiny combo, and that's enough to keep him alive for now. Spike
They're
Carapace
getting
will
out.
keep Mushi at bay. Just unfortunate timing there for Black to initiate. Had he gone in just a fraction of a second earlier, they maybe get that kill on Mushi. KYXY was nearby, however.
Oh, this Naga is in trouble actually. Does Earthspeed has a blink? Do they know it's real? They might not be sure. Oh, that's done!
XY. The sleep from Jabs. He pops it, trying to save them, but then just decides to back, as he probably wouldn't have even made there in time. Another couple of kills. I'm going the way of Raging Potato again. 5-2-0 on this Anti-Mage, nearing 300 CS, and he has topped the Naga Siren in the way of farm now. I think very good for Mineski in this this second game, looking to push it to a third.
Adam is
Mushi.
stepping time. Damn, he is playing really good right now. That stun was like, I did not think you could 2-man stun there, but he got it like right on the edge on both. So
Yeah, and mid lane as well, when they turn for the rock, he comes in, hits a multi-boulder smash into the magnetize, kind of winning the last couple of fights for them. Call that bottom lane skirmish a team fight, but they still have the Aegis now. They'll get the tier 2 mid lane. Tier 2 bottom lane very healthy still. And Jabs, you know, doing what a Naga Siren does, is able to delay the push for now. But still, I mean, Mineski are in no rush, really. They have Mushi and Raging Potato farming both very well.
Yeah. Going into this now, Anti-Mage versus Naga. If Anti-Mage finds the real Naga and like just sticks on it for like 2.5 seconds, Naga is probably gonna die. So like this is, Yabs is very worried about that fact, and I feel like Mineski probably wants to be a bit more proactive and get a bit more stuff. The diff blade on TA is actually huge because of Tiny going to speed blade, so you can remove that and you can makes the item almost useless. Not useless, but your same mechanic is gone because of this item decision, which I think is great.
Not a bad item on the TA either. General helps out the anti-mage in some ways, burning a little bit of. Assassin looking for Shiva's E-Blade. It was completed up by Black instead of stopping off for that Octarine War. Nuts though, you know, it felt like 20 minutes in he was only 2 components away from Mags, and now 30 minutes in he's only 2 components away from Mags. XY bottom lane could be in a little trouble. Gets the mana leak off and the blinding light.
Going down the mid.
Ushi will find himself a solo kill on the TA. This will mean the tier 2. Oh, okay. So Adam.
Yeah, Adam is stepping up big time. Oh, it's incredible actually what the difference is. Black is split pushing very well though. He's going into Dagon now. He's like everywhere. He's like, yeah. Maybe we'll change that later. But his talents are quite good for this stuff. He can go mana regen next level, and you can perma spam then. That's a 14 mana regen is a lot. And then the 20% cooldown reduction with a. I'm assuming you go with that, even though avalanche damage is nice as well. It doesn't seem as valuable.
Yeah.
I think, at least. Nice stuff. Not sure like if there's any big talents though. Like looking at Omni Knight, he has the Midas, he went XP talent at level 10, but it's not like insane talents he has. Like nothing ridiculous like Ember Spirit talents. They are nice, but not insane.
Ice. Doing a little scouting. Looks like they pinged him out, but no detection nearby. Scan used as far as I can tell. Had some idea of his whereabouts. They do pick up a gem on KYXY as well. And, you know, they've shown the ability to push these lanes out, you know, at least 2 at a time, one with the anti-mage. They've got the Coddle for recall as well, so they should be able to establish, you know, some semblance of map control, even against this knock.
Bottom? Ice is trying to space crate, yeah. Oh, he didn't blink far though.
Now the silence is there from Adam, and again, free kill for Mushi off the back of 343's plays. He's going a Hex on Mushi here. Now Abyssal Blade and Hex to potentially deal with this Naga Siren. It'd be very hard for her to kind of outskirt the fights typically as Naga Sirens do. And now they'll just run through this tier 2 bottom lane with E.
Mushi, you got a Hex pretty soon actually.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting. Yeah. I think TA Hex is fine, but you don't see it that often. Rare. Black is split pushing pretty well though. I actually think that Mineski will lose this when the Steve comes out and stuff. Black is actually getting out.
Net is going to find Mushi. He'll meld for the time being though. Just outside of tower range. Sentry is going to be dropped. They'll throw out a cask.
Pretty lucky. If he was in tower range there, that could have been horrible, I think. So, a bit fortunate for him. But they didn't trade that well. The top tower is very close to dying. But they didn't get a they didn't do any damage on the tier 3 more or less.
Yes, unfortunately at this point in the game, Black might be better off with the right-click based build, but still gets enough work done on the tier 3 to stifle the attempt top lane of Mushi and co. Still, as you mentioned, Mushi very close to this Hex, so about 1,000 gold away if he forgoes buyback for that, and that could be a huge ramp up in power for them with the Blink Hex initiation as well as the Blink Abyssal. Raging Potato picks up the BKB as well, so just kind of getting rid of the Radiance burn, not worrying about the Tiny combo is really nice for him. He can just kind of stand on the front lines and right click alongside his TA.
I think it's an unnecessary item here, even though you kind of want to get it later if you can, but you're gonna have to get it eventually most of the time. Adam got a gem. Oh, he picked up XY's gem. Ninja Boogie got the Glimmer from earlier. Not gonna go into some sick late game where you see like Ags, Refresher, Warlocks. That's probably not happening, even though this game could go for an hour more and he's probably not gonna have that.
AYXY, only 1,000 gold to his name. Feels like he's had these items for quite a while now. But he did complete up the Greaves, just had Pipe Mech.
Yeah, I think he bought the gem himself, right? Yeah, so that's like, that and Greaves is like a lot of gold. You're not really gaining items for a long duration when you do stuff like that. Faceless is trading well though, like they're getting the towers. They're like right now they're doing better map movement and they are closer to getting a tier 3 than the Mineski are, which is not that good. You against like Naga lineups, giving away a tier 3 means Shrine's gone for free because he just sends solutions here and there, slowly takes them down. That's not really what we want to have happen.
Yeah, it definitely feels like, considering the state of the game,
Or they're setting
the
up for
building
gaps.
trades should not be even.
They know it's not. They know the real one is here. Oh, they're trying to dodge.
The Radiance burn.
Oh,
Jump forward. He is going to catch Chaotic Offering as well as the Geomagnetic Grip. He can't get off the sleep as the Hex reveal from Mushi is there. Jabs down 66 seconds. Well executed gank by the Mineski squad, and Black immediately looking towards mid lane. Try and split push out, but top lane vulnerable.
I think he has to buy back. I think they're gonna force it. He has a lot of gold, so he doesn't want to, but I'm confident he has to. Are they gonna take a fight at the same time, or are they just gonna force them back?
Recall in. Black
I don't think they're chasing. No.
back top lane, but yeah. Like without Chaotic Offering, Jaboogie will TP himself back out towards mid lane, and as will the rest of Mineski. Distract themselves from any further danger, farm up the enemy jungle. In the meantime, these two flash farming cores in the TA and anti more than happy with really hurting the Naga Siren economically there.
Warlock went Shadow Word cooldown over cost range. I feel like this is not how you do it. Don't you go cost range? That seems much better. I've never thought about it, but I feel like this is wrong when I just look at it. But I'm not confident either. We didn't go mana void cooldown? What is this Antimage doing? 20. Okay, it's 20 second cooldown. Never mind that. It's a if it's 10 second, it's great. If it's 20, it's like useless.
Into the Roche pit they go. Mushi melds up the Roche, and this will melt real quickly. Whether or not it's scouted, they do have a sleep ready though. Jabs.
This is scary.
Jump forward. They will be able to get the Aegis onto Mushi, and now Ice in trouble. Jabs.
Oh, he's
going to pop the sleep, but they got the BKB off on Raging Potato. He's got the Abyssal Blade as well. Mana Void is there. That's a dieback for the Naga Siren. Ice in trouble as well. Roll forward from Adam. He blinks up. One last swipe with his staff. Double kill going the way of Raging Potato. Aegis into the hands of Mushi. And Naga Siren down, guaranteed for 60 seconds. None of the waves in a particularly advantageous position for
the minimum drawings are coming out. It's time to end the game. Naga no buyback. Yeah. I think they want to win right now. They didn't lose Aegis, right? I need to check. Yeah, Mushi has it. There was a Sheath though. Yeah, Antimage has it. Oh my god, they didn't do anything.
Blink Hex. Carapace did get off there, but with the repel up, Mushi no cares about blinding light. They'll finish off the Nyx Assassin. It's a dieback for him, so 25 seconds, 2 heroes off the board. Easy, at least 1 lane of racks here,
I'll probably get 2.
if not 2. Yeah.
Wonder if they'll force a third as well, trying to fight the Naga while Nyx is dead. Probably not the best decision, but they're riding the wave right now. They're dominating. Adam is playing amazing. Everyone is doing great. Warlock is hitting, doesn't even have to use golems actually.
Yeah, and still Aegis in hand for Mushi. 7 Diffusal Blade charges. Hex is in the backpack currently, but there takes off the E-Blade and gets to work. Repel takes off the E-Blade. He'll slow down the Tiny with the Diffusal. Mana Void nets another kill, and GG is called by Faceless. Mineski, after looking like in game 1 they had a sizable advantage in throwing that away, in game 2 kind of the same story happening, where that little window where Tiny picks up Veil and they kill off Mushi twice, but